Hi everyone, welcome to this week's Halton Hills housing update. So I have October's numbers today as well as what happened last week, so let's jump in. So the October numbers are very odd to me. I really thought we might see our lowest average price this year, but that is not the case. We're up from last month, which makes no sense, and we're way up from last year. But based on the climate in the market, I think it's just inevitable before this average price really comes down and we start to feel the pinch. So in October of 2022, which we know is our worst month in 2022, our average price was $966,000. October of 2023, our average price was $1.146 million. I can't get my head around this given what we're feeling, how much inventory, and just how many high ticket homes are not selling, but the numbers don't lie. So I guess our average price is up in October. Yeah, it's really interesting. I mean, when we're looking, I was trying to look, so what I never really talk about is dollar volume. So this past October, we sold $48,145,000 worth of real estate in Halton Hills. Last year, we sold $48,301,000 of real estate. So we actually sold $156,000 more of real estate last October. The difference is our units. So in 2023, we sold 42 units, and in 2022, we sold 50 units. So I mean, our dollar volume is almost the exact same year over year, but we only sold 42 properties. Therefore, average price is up. I'm confused by this. I mean, we're down 16% in terms of units sold, which is not a surprise. We did not sell a lot of houses last month, but I feel like this is an anomaly. It's almost comical to think that the news could be prices are up, because they're even up from September, which was under 1.1 million. So I'm gonna chalk this one up for a few big sales pulling that average price up, but this seems not reflective of what we're feeling in the market in terms of activity. That's all that I can say, but those are the numbers. So price is up in October. Weird. Anyways, okay, so looking at what happened last week, Georgetown only saw 6 sales, super low week for Georgetown, which is reflective of the market. We are seeing virtually no properties selling right now. It's crazy. We only had 8 new listings, which is good news. We have been seeing double-digit new listings in Georgetown for what feels like months. And so only 8 new listings last week. So maybe we're starting to see a slowdown in terms of properties hitting the market. So that's, I guess, sort of good news. It naturally starts to happen as fall goes on, but what we need to see is sales pick up because our inventory is still sitting super high. Acton had 3 sales, good number for Acton, and 2 new listings. So again, things at bay there. Glen Williams had no sales and 1 new listing. Nothing happened in Limehouse, no sales, no new listings. The rural market saw 1 sale and 2 new listings. And then the other portion that we've been talking about is sort of properties coming off the market and relisting, or properties exiting the market because it's that bad. So last week we had 19 properties that either expired, terminated, or suspended. Of those 19, 1 of them relisted at the same price. 9 of them came back on the market at a lower reduced price, which is definitely valid. Our prices need to come down. So again, I wouldn't go by what happened with our average price in October. So 9 homes reduced their price and relisted last week, and 9 homes came off of the market. So we talked about last week how sellers were exiting, and what that was doing was that was actually bringing our inventory levels down and really stopping that spike of inventory when our new listings are outpacing our sales. And so right here, another 9 properties came off. So if those are still on the market, our inventory would be up week over week, but they came off the market. So going into active inventory, all of Halton Hills last week was at 225. We are down to 221 this week. So inventory is actually down. We may be, given the fact that we're seeing a slowdown in new listings, we may be coming to our plateau here. This might be around the height of what we're gonna see. I really thought it was gonna keep going, but the last 2 weeks it's been coming down, so it's going to be interesting to watch what happens through the remainder of the year. Georgetown this week was at 136. That's down from 138 last week. Not a huge drop, but it's, I guess, going in the right direction. So looking at our price points, under 800,000 was at 18 last week, and it's at 17 this week, so down, but that is still so high. Under 800,000 to have 17 properties available. There is a boatload of condo townhouses in like Stuart McLaren, Linden, there's one in Palomino, on Maple. There are so many condo townhouses for sale that, in my opinion, are still overpriced. When you can get a detached house under 800,000, why on earth would you buy a condo townhouse for that price? But anyways, there is a ton of stuff available under 800,000, which we're not used to seeing. The other price point we're not used to seeing high inventory in is 800 to $1 million, which is up from 33 to 36 active listings this week. That is crazy. That price point is usually moving really rapidly, and we're sitting at 36 listings there. You can have your pick of what kind of product you want in Georgetown. You can even get detached houses in Georgetown South right now under 950. Like, just what things we're not used to seeing between 800 and $1 million is happening. And so those prices are also starting to come down. Like we're starting to see things at 850 come down to 820, things at 850 come down to 799. And this is going to continue, I think, because that's a very high level of inventory there. And then that has to trickle down to those condo townhomes, because like I said, you're not spending 750 to 800 on a detached house and then thinking a condo townhouse is going to get the same. So I think all those prices under $1 million are going to really start hurting because of just the sheer volume of inventory that we have available there. And then 1 to 1.5 million is down slightly from 57 to 55. This is still sitting extremely high. This is the price point we are seeing the most price adjustments in. So the people coming off the market and relisting lower, most of them are in the 1 to 1.5. Some of them coming in at that 999, which is spiking up that pocket. So just a lot of interesting stuff happening. And the reality is prices are coming down despite what the average price says. They are coming down. We're seeing them come down. We are still, our average price is less than where we were in 2021 at this time. So if you're selling your house, you cannot expect to get more than what a home sold for in 2021 right now. And then 1.5 million plus is actually down. This is the lowest inventory we've seen here in a while. It's down from 30 to 28 active listings, but this price point is dead in terms of sales. So that's sort of what's happening in Georgetown. Looking at Acton, Acton is down from 28 to 26 active listings. That's still very high for Acton, but we're still seeing a few sales trickle in there, and there's some nice products available. Glen Williams, I think this is the highest inventory I've ever seen in the Glen. So we had 11 listings last week. We're up to 12 active listings in the Glen. Almost all of them are overpriced, to be completely honest. And a lot of the stuff in the Glen is in that higher price point bracket, and therefore, you know, there's less buyers there. But even there's a couple of properties under 800,000 in the Glen, and those still aren't moving, which is a massive shift for Glen Williams. Limehouse is down from 2 to 1 active listing, so like nothing available in Limehouse. And the rural market stayed the same this week at 46 active listings. So the story this week, the trend is still the same as what we've been seeing. So we know that we are sitting with high inventory. Our sales numbers in terms of units are still very, very low. The price threw me off a bit this week. I still don't think that should make anyone think that their house is actually worth more than it was last year. Like, we are still behind where we were in 2021. Prices have come back significantly. We just saw a couple of higher ticket prices, like price homes sell last month, and that brought everything up. So I don't know. We're gonna have to see what happens in November. If we keep seeing properties come off the market and we start to see new listings slow down, that will be good news for some sellers, but it is still super, super saturated in like price points that were never saturated before. So we just have a lot of inventory sitting there, and eventually people are starting to feel the pinch, and we're gonna start to see prices reflect that. Sale prices reflect that. So I will be back next Tuesday. Have a great week, everyone.